Lady Gaga did CTY, Mark Zuckerberg did CTY, Ivana Lynch, who played Luna Lovegood in Harry Potter, did CTY, Andrew Yang did CTY, for all you Yang gang out there.
Don't need a lot of friends, don't need a few real people.
Hey guys, it's Krystle, back at it again with another video. If you've been following my channel for a while, then you know that I make a lot of videos on how you can get accepted to top academic summer programs that can really help you maximize your chances of getting accepted into your dream colleges or universities. And so far, I've made a lot on the different humanities-based academic programs that I was accepted to, such as the Telluride Association Summer Program, and the Iowa Young Writers Studio, and the Kenyon Review Young Writers Workshop. And all of these were amazing opportunities for academic enrichment that I really believe had a positive impact on my acceptance when I was applying to colleges and got accepted to my dream school, Columbia University. However, they weren't the only academic enrichment programs that I participated in high school. So today, I wanted to talk about one of the most important programs that I was a part of in high school, and that really gave me so many more opportunities than I ever could have had on my own. Yeah, it's not necessarily like I can make it a big reveal or anything, just because presumably you guys have already seen the title of this video. So, I'm going to be talking about the Johns Hopkins Center for Talented Youth, otherwise known as CTY. So CTY is kind of interesting when it comes to all the summer programs that are out there, for a lot of reasons honestly, but they kind of boil down to two main ones. So first of all, just because it's a really big and well-known program, and then second of all, because they're not actually just a summer program. They also offer things like online classes all throughout the year, which were actually my main way of engaging with CTY. And the really nice thing about them is that you can take all sorts of cool courses in your area of interest. They have so many different options, including things like AP classes. And the really cool thing is that they place you in these classes based on merit and your ability to excel in the course, not just by how old you are or what grade you're in. Public school. I wasn't able to go to the summer program component itself just because I always had other obligations at the time when I was part of CTY, so I'll be having a special guest later on in this video to tell you guys all about that. So be sure to stay tuned to find out who it is.
Who could it possibly be?
But in the meantime, I'm going to explain the different kinds of programs CTY offers, how you can get in, and why it's cool / important / helpful for getting into top colleges. Now, I would know that CTY isn't necessarily going to get you into top colleges in and of itself, but it is certainly prestigious, and I would argue that its true value lies in helping you gain the sorts of experiences and knowledge that will really help you grow as a person and as a student. So we'll get into all the various components of what it is that CTY offers in a minute, but I wanted to start with exactly where their own website suggests that you start, which is with their talent search. So what exactly is a talent search? Honestly, I'm not a big fan of the name itself, talent search. I think it's kind of problematic in that it sounds pretty elitist. But basically, all that it is if you take and you receive a certain score on the SAT or the ACT or similar standardized tests like the school and college ability test or the spatial battery test before you turn a certain age, then you'll be eligible to apply for CTY and take advantage of everything that they offer. Now, even this is called a quote-unquote talent search, I really want to affirm to you guys that if you're in 7th grade and you take the SAT and your scores aren't quite at the CTY threshold, that doesn't mean you're not talented or an amazing student or a person or anything like that. Likewise, if you're above 9th grade, which is the last grade that you can be in to be eligible to apply for CTY, and you missed your chance or something like that, don't worry, once again, it doesn't mean you're not talented or super smart or just totally rad and awesome. That's just what they like to call it. So you sign up for one of their standardized tests, and you can do this starting as far back as 2nd grade and all the way up through 9th grade, like I mentioned before. The specific score you need to qualify depends on what grade you're in and also whether you're going for their regular classes or their intensive classes, which are more rigorous and faster paced. For 2nd grade onwards, they accept the School and College Ability Test, otherwise known as the SCAT test. Gotta love that name. But from 5th to 12th grade, they like to see either the SAT, the ACT, the PSAT, or the PSAT 8/9, which, as you can probably tell from its name, is designed for students in 8th and 9th grade. There are way too many different cutoff scores to list here, so I'll just put a link in the description box down below explaining what your eligibility would be at different stages of your life, from elementary school to middle school to high school. However, you can rest assured that no matter what stage of your life you're at or what test you're taking, the bottom line is that if you take the test at a very young age and you score amongst the top percentiles of high school students who are taking them in the nation, then you're going to be in. And CTY actually isn't the only program like this. There are others as well, mainly for different regions of the United States depending on where you live. But CTY is the most well known. And usually they have pretty similar cutoff scores, so if you are eligible for one, then you can usually get into the others as well. Like, for example, my sister and I did CTY, but we also did this talent identification program called Duke TIP, where TIP stands for Talent Identification Program, and that one was run through Duke University. So we being my sister and I, applied for CTY when we were, I want to say 8 years old, maybe 9. I asked both my sister and my mom, and no one could remember exactly just because it's been a little while, but we were young enough that we took the SCAT test to get in. And then we also took the SAT in 7th grade just to keep our scores updated and to make sure that as we got older, we would still be eligible for CTY's higher level classes like APs and all that fun stuff. I know it can sound a little weird or pushy, parents having their young kids take these tests that are really more so designed for high school juniors and seniors, but it honestly was never a problem for us. My mom was very up to date on the different academic opportunities that were out there, even before using the internet to find them was actually, a thing, and I am extremely grateful for that. And actually, she didn't even really have us study that much for the SCAT from what I remember. So it definitely wasn't like this parody of a tiger mom that we would like to talk about. It was more along the lines of just, oh, let's see if we get in. Could be fun. And there was no pressure attached to whether or not our scores were high enough or anything like that, which I think is important, especially when you have young kids like we were. However, thankfully, we did get in, and from that time through middle school, we took pretty much all the different kinds of classes that CTY offered at the time. We particularly maxed out the English literature classes, as I recall, just because that was what we were really focusing on at that time in our lives. I've talked before about my experience going to the Stanford University Online High School, which is, of course, online, but I haven't gone into much detail about my time being online schooled before that, and CTY was a really big part of that for me. Their online classes are self-paced, so you usually don't have live meetings or anything like that, but you are assigned a teacher with whom you email back and forth, and you send your assignments over to them, and you can ask them if you have any questions about anything. And then you can access all the class readings and special materials on their particular website that they use for that exact purpose. And you do have the expectation that you're going to be completing the course within a certain time frame, be that 6 months or 9 months. So they're super flexible in terms of letting you fit the work you're doing around your schedule, which was super great for me, since when I was a kid, I did all sorts of time-consuming extracurricular activities, like ballet and track and field and piano, and when I was 11, I started playing the harp really seriously, so that was taking up a ton of time. So I talk more about that in my video on the extracurricular activities that got me into Columbia, which I will link right up here. CTY was also great for just letting us go as fast and as far as we wanted to, since they placed students in classes according to their ability rather than their grade level. So actually, they placed my sister and myself into AP English Language and Composition when we were in 7th grade. And I look back on the decision and I'm like, whoa, that was super nice of them. So thank you, CTY. And I think that course really did contribute to us getting a 5 on the AP exam that year, which, much appreciated. But wait, there's more. Must be 18 or older to order. In addition to their cool online classes, CTY also has these other awesome opportunities. For one, if you get 700 or above on either the math or reading section of the SAT before you turn 13, then in addition to being eligible for CTY, you also become eligible for their Study of Exceptional Talent program. Once again, don't necessarily condone the use of talent in the name, so we're just going to call it SET, S-E-T. I was really fortunate to be able to join SET, and the really cool thing about them is they give you mentorship that lasts all the way throughout college. Like, it's a dedicated program. I even had my SET mentor write me letters of recommendation and advise me on different jobs I was applying for before I started my own academic consulting and tutoring company. I actually work with a lot of current CTYers, so if you're looking to get into CTY or you're already in CTY and want some guidance on how to make the most of it, don't hesitate to get in touch with me. I'm here for you guys. I promise. And then, in addition to SET, as if that wasn't already enough, CTY also offers these absolutely freaking amazing meetup opportunities where you can meet other CTY families. Side note, if you join CTY, be ready to be welcomed into a family of people from literally all around the world. I've met people from CTY in the strangest places. Like, I knew this one kid from this history seminar that I was doing one time with this retired professor from Princeton, and he went to this Latin summer program in Rome. And while he was there, he met a bunch of people that I either already knew or would come to meet, either through my online high school or through future summer programs that I hadn't even attended yet. And they were all from CTY. Come to think of it, there have actually been a lot of really famous or well-known people who also did CTY. Lady Gaga did CTY, Mark Zuckerberg did CTY, Ivana Lynch, who played Luna Lovegood in Harry Potter, did CTY, Andrew Yang did CTY, for all you Yang gang out there. But to get back to what I was saying, one way that you can meet these other popular CTYers, as we call them, is that CTY hosts these absolutely incredible meetup opportunities that actually go way beyond just plain meetups. When I was 11, my whole family got to stay overnight at the Yale University Peabody Museum of Natural History in the Dinosaur Hall as part of a CTY meetup that was basically a recreation of Night at the Museum, except thankfully without the gigantic T-Rex skeleton coming to life. So that was a relief. But oh my gosh, it was awesome! We did a scavenger hunt and a fossil search, and we played all these trivia games, and the highlight of the experience was we split into teams to do this egg drop, where we had 5 minutes to create something that was going to protect the egg from a piece of cardboard, a Ziploc bag, some Q-tips, and like 3 strips of masking tape. And we were going to drop the egg from a 40-foot height inside the museum. How they got permission for this, I will never know. My team named our egg Bob, and somehow Bob became the second egg ever in the history of the program to survive all the way down his tumultuous descent. Good for you, Bob. I'm such a proud egg parent. So now that you guys hopefully have a pretty good idea of all the cool things CTY does, it's time for our special guest. Oh my god, I feel like Jimmy Kimmel or something. Welcome to my late night show, I guess. I mean, I do always seem to end up uploading at, like, midnight. But anyway, presenting former CTY summer camp attendee, the person who dropped Bob the egg so slickly that he suffered 0 damage, my sister, Ash. Okay, let's try that again. Presenting Ash. Ta-da! It's Ash. If you guys have been around for a little while and seen some of my videos, you already know Ash. But for the new kids on the block, this is Ash. She's my sister. She's pretty cool. She goes to Haverford College. And yeah, basically she's awesome. She's going to tell you all about CTY's summer program. Also, if Ash looks like kind of a lot shorter than me, it's just because she's sitting on an exercise ball and I'm sitting on an actual desk chair because, you know, I'm clearly superior.
Oh, unbelievable. So I'm Ash, and I went to the CTY summer program in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, where I studied paleobiology, which was a really fun mixture of paleobotany, paleozoology, geology.
Okay, wait, can you explain what those mean for, like, the layperson viewer?
Old plants, old animals, and rocks. All sorts of fun stuff. Little bit of paleontological history mixed in, lots of fossil specimens. We had the opportunity to take a really fun trip to go hunt for 300 million year old fossils. I know 2 of my friends brought home trilobites. Outside of the classes, there are a lot of fun activities that go on. There are sports and arts and crafts and events and lots of traditions put on by the students that help us stay active, stay fit, and have fun when we're not learning. So at each of the locations, the students are often really quirky and fun and diverse, and they have a lot of fun traditions, including dances and songs. And I, for one, am friends with a lot of people that I met at CTY program. I feel like I could really connect with them, and I know that a lot of other people have made friendships that have lasted for at least half a decade by now. And I would just say that the people that you meet there are really smart, really fun, and really interested in learning. So if you're passionate about a subject like astronomy or linguistics or paleobiology like me, and you want to meet other people who are also really interested in that subject, then going to a CTY summer program would be an awesome thing to do. The one that I went to was the intensive studies version, and overall it was just an amazing time.
I wanted to go to their creative writing program, but it just didn't work with my schedule because that was the year I went to like music camp and everything. So we were separated.
It was so
sad.
hard.
It was so
hard.
I love you.
I love you.
You're such a good sister.
So the courses can be a little bit rigorous. They are essentially college classes condensed into 3 weeks.
Wow.
So you'll get some advanced level material, but I would say it's nothing that you can't really handle. And they don't tend to give too much coursework outside of the class sessions. There's allotted time to meet with the rest of the class and do work, do projects, finish labs, but it's not really anything that one can't handle. I loved CTY. I would go there again if I could. I wish that I'd had the chance to go even more years and take even more of the classes, such as the linguistics course, which sounded really interesting to me. And I've heard good things about all of them, including the fast-paced physics, the astronomy, the writing courses I've heard were pretty fun. And it's just an amazing experience. You get to meet some amazing, smart people. And I feel so lucky that I had a chance to go.
I wish I could have gone. Oh my god, listening to this, I'm like, wow, why?
You
I was a
should have come.
deprived child, clearly.
You should have come.
Okay, so that's basically it for everything. We've gone over everything from like what CTY is, to how you get in, to what the online components are, and the meetups and everything. That's pretty much it with the summer programs and everything. So thank you so much, Ash, for appearing on Krystle's talk show, which clearly this is at this point. So,
It's not my talk show. This isn't my channel.
you want to say bye to everyone with me?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you.
Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it and if you want to see more of this beautiful face. And be sure to subscribe for more content coming really soon.
And hit that notifications button.
She knows what's up. And comment down below if you're going to CTY, or if this video taught you something about CTY, or if you've ever been to one of the summer camps and you want to say hi to fellow CTYers. I mean, we're CTY alumni now because, like, we're super old, but say hi anyway. Let us know what you thought of the video, and we will see you, or at least I will see you, don't know about this one, in the next video. Bye for now.
Hi guys, I'm Ash, and I went
Wait, I was, like, fixing my hair.
Aww. Are you good?
Are you done yet?
Are you done yet?
Are you done
yet? Unique New York. Unique New York.
She
Unique
sells
New
seashells
York.
by the seashore.
She sells seashells by the seashore. Did you know that She Sells Seashells by the Seashore actually originated from a story about a female paleontologist?
Okay, that is awesome. Who is she? She sells seashells by the seashore.
She's a female paleontologist.
She's an entrepreneur. Hashtag boss babe.
You're the coolest twin ever.
You are.
That would be great.
Are you just saying that for bloopers?
Yes!